Sherry, tell us more about South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-Myung.
Yeah, keeping busy on the first day as the president of South Korea. And of course, there was a phone call with the chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff. So basically calling for a watertight military readiness. And this is really part of the routine for any new president in South Korea, given the North Korea factor, given the need to really stand ready militarily. There was that phone call that came through just in the last hour as well. We're also hearing names for his prime minister as well as a chief of staff as well. So he is picking up speed in terms of a cabinet formation as well. And there has been a list that has been, going around in some of the in the sort of the stock market leaflets, if you want to call it that. So some rumors around who is going to become the next minister of which ministry as well. But we'll see how things go here. We've got less than an hour to go till the official inauguration ceremony. This is the swearing ceremony, but he is already announced as the official next president of South Korea. Let's talk about the message spurring the economy and overcome what he called as Yoon Suk-yeol's insurrection. So this is a president that is coming out as a winner after the post-martial law political drama, if you want to call it that. So there is a little bit of a punitive message on the conservatives in that initial message. And spurring the economy. He is expected to be fiscally expansionary once he, he settles down with his government. So that is the expectation. I think when it comes to the Trump administration's reaction in all this, which could be very important going forward in terms of the trade negotiations, we didn't really hear officially from the White House just yet. But the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio came out with an official statement saying he congratulated Lee Jae-Myung as the next president, affirmed the ironclad alliance between the U.S. and South Korea, while stressing the need for a three-way cooperation along with Japan. Marty?
Sherry, talk to us about what Lee Jae-Myung could potentially mean for South Korea's stock market. It's done pretty well this year, and he's come out with some pretty bullish comments, wanting to double the Kospi up to 5,000.
That's right. And this is not exactly the very first president who ran on some kind of stock market boosting pledges, of course, in South Korea's history. But yes, maybe stars could be aligned a little bit better for Lee Jae-Myung's presidency, given the fact that we've got some Asia repatriation narrative playing out in the local stock markets. And it has been just such a bad year in 2024 that a lot of people are, looking at the attractive-looking valuation in South Korea and thinking about it. And as of so far this year, as of last Friday, or I should say on Monday, it actually has done very well, up at 12.5% year to date, and we've got a nice pop in the reaction to the election outcome this morning as well. And there is something called a honeymoon rally in South Korea. So over the last three presidential elections since 2010, Kospi did increase by 1.9% in the first month alone. So we can, if this is anything to go by, we can expect some kind of a rally from here. Interesting because there is that understanding of how this Value Up program, corporate reform program, is definitely needed. Lee Jae-Myung has been saying that he wants to make South Korea a developed market under MSCI. That has been really the dream for the previous president. Let's see if we, if South Korea actually gets a little closer to that goal. Couple of specific pledges that he talked about here. He's going to revise, the Commercial Act. This is expanding fiduciary duty for board members at companies. So that is tied nicely with the Value Up program. So that is something that we're watching. And this is something, a bit of a controversy in South Korea. His pledge was to create bad banks for debt write-offs. Perhaps this could be, at least in the near term, something of a booster for the local stock markets as well.